think that's one of the things that I was always impressed by with Seinfeld, because I think I was already trying to take it apart back then, which is like, how does this work? And it was, it's almost like you're waiting for it on the show, is like how they're going to tie these knots together. And it's sort of like, it's a lesson. They're like micro lessons in screenwriting. I mean, it's like fucking Chinatown, really, because, with Chinatown, a movie like that, it's the same thing, where you watch all these plot elements sort of being put in place, and you watch the machine being built, and then you watch the parts move through it. But like the key part of it is that you can't see that ending coming, and yet when it comes, it's absolutely perfect, because it all the ingredients of what you've seen add together so well. And that's a difficult trick to pull off. In other words, it's hard not to telegraph that big ending joke. And yet Seinfeld pulls it off again and again and again. And that's the brilliance of its writing, is it's constructed like a tight fucking movie. Each one, each episode.
100%. And a couple things there. One, that's why it's a meme factory. In other words, because there's no hugs and because they don't resolve stories we've heard before, it's constantly producing not only fucked up stories about New York life, but it's resolving them in unexpected ways so that you can never accuse the show of being cliche. So strictly on the level of its form, it's constantly throwing out innovation, so it constantly feels fresh.
Yeah.
Now, as it's doing that, though, whatever else you want to say about the kind of achievement and celebrating the achievement of such difficulty as a writing exercise, what it's also doing, though, is it's becoming more and more unreal. And so Seinfeld isn't a show about nothing. It's a show, and this is what I like about Armstrong's book, Seinfeldia. It's a show about the messiness of living or seeing like life that's clearly in between fiction and reality. There's another, what they call in the show, in this book, a third dimension.
That's the wink, right? Like, that's what I love about like the wink episode, is that Costanza, he gets this grapefruit in his eye because Jerry's trying to eat healthy, and he eats a grapefruit that squirts in George's eye, and he's winking throughout the rest of the episode. And his wink unlocks that third dimension. Like, his wink always sort of like is a key to the conversation going a different way. Like, oh, I would never do that. It's illegal. Wink. And the other guy's like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. And all of a sudden we're in a new world because George is like signaled, I'm down with it. It's real. I thought that's why I chose that episode. Yeah. It's like a really key to, like, to me, Seinfeld is always the wink. It's always like, get it? There's this other level.